Hi friends, in today's video I'm going to walk you through what I eat in a day as well as what I feed my family as a busy twin mom and somebody who's also very mindful about what we eat. I like to cook from scratch most of the time, but we're not perfect. Obviously we eat out and we do have some processed snacks in our house. So I hope this video helps inspire you or give you some ideas of what to feed your family if you are trying to give them whole nutritious foods as well. To start off, I just made myself some coffee and used some homemade creamer to sweeten that up. And then I am going to get everyone's breakfast together by warming up some of our pre-made egg bakes. I do this every single week. It makes breakfast so easy. I like to pair an egg bake with some type of carb, so I'm making some oatmeal for myself, and then my oldest daughter requested some cream of wheat. So just gonna get those mixed up and cook those in the microwave before getting the rest of breakfast together. So this week I actually did myself a favor by pre-cutting my strawberries last week. They were on sale at Sam's Club and I let them sit in the fridge and go mushy, and I ended up having to throw away half of them, so I don't like to waste. And this week I actually went ahead and saved myself some time and money by prepping them when I first bought them. Well, the timer went off in the microwave for the cream of wheat, and of course it overflowed, so that's nice. Gotta clean that up. While I'm waiting for the rest of the breakfast to warm up, I'm gonna go ahead and just set the table. This is another way I can get ahead. I'm going through this thing right now where I'm kind of cleaning out our freezer back stock, so things that I've made in advance and was planning to use in the future, and I haven't really had a need to use them, so now I'm just gonna clean that stuff up. So I have some chocolate chip blueberry oat bread that I made a while back. So that's what some of my family members are getting. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this on the table before I wake up the twins, so when they are downstairs, everyone can all eat breakfast together. After breakfast, I went ahead and made my BCAAs. This particular flavor is the iced peach tea. I really like this. It tastes like peach rings. So I don't know if it does anything for me, but it tastes great. So I drink it with my water. Next thing we did was go to the park, and the kids did have peanut butter crackers for a snack here. I did not get that on video. Then when we came home, it was time for lunch, and I have been making this cottage cheese pizza crust, and I also am throwing some shredded zucchini into it. I'm not following a recipe for this particularly, but I was inspired by, I think, the Pinch of Yum cottage cheese pizza crust. What I did was I just shaved up half a zucchini with a half cup of cottage cheese, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then a cup of flour. I wasn't sure how the texture of this was going to turn out, but after I baked it, which we'll see a little bit later, I actually think this ratio was perfect in order to get a nice crust. It wasn't too mushy, but it was very tasty and quite filling. After mixing those together, I'm going to go ahead and put it on a cookie sheet here and just press it out. I actually like this on a bit of the drier side so that I can use my hands. I would not recommend using a rolling pin because the rolling pin will probably stick to it. So just using some muscles here in my fingers and pressing it out until it's probably about a 1/4 inch thick. Then I'll put it in an oven for 425 degrees for about 20 minutes. To go with our zucchini cottage cheese pizza, I am going to make some egg salad for all of us as well. I have a friend who raises chickens, and she had some extra eggs for us, which I am so grateful for. We eat eggs all the time in our house, so I wanted to utilize the ones she had given us, and making this egg salad, which I think goes so nicely for summer. Instead of using mayo, I don't have any problem with mayo. We actually just don't really have it on hand all the time. So I'm using cottage cheese, and then I'll put spicy mustard in, or Dijon mustard works great too. Just mixing those up, whatever ratios work best for you. I sprinkled some dill on here as well. So this is how that crust turned out. Again, really pleased with its color. Just went ahead and put tomato sauce. This is just regular canned tomatoes that's been pureed. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and spread that out. I did a nice thin layer. And then to give it some more flavoring, I did Italian seasoning. And then I shredded my own low moisture mozzarella and put that on there, baked it for another 5 minutes. And I actually probably could have cooked this a little bit longer for the cheese to get to a better consistency. This is how it turned out. Really, again, really pleased with that. Made some green beans in the air fryer. Felt like we could have used some color on our plates. So pretty high protein here, well balanced, good fibers with the green beans and the zucchini in that pizza. The kids really liked the pizza, really liked it. So this was the big win for our family, and we'll be making this again. This is my sourdough starter. I started my sourdough journey again, and I revived my starter that had been sitting in the fridge for a year. And I'm gonna make just a sandwich loaf with my starter here. This is like my same bread recipe that I used with yeast. I just used a little bit less flour and a little bit less water than normal, and used my starter instead of yeast. I can put that recipe in the description box here. This is how it turned out the next day after I baked it. After putting the kids down for nap, I went ahead and made myself a matcha here. Nothing fancy, just some skim milk, honey, and matcha. I mentioned I'd be doing my workout later in the evening, and today I actually have my adult field hockey league that I'll be playing in, so I won't be home for dinner. One of the ways I like to serve my family is that when I know I'm going to be gone, is I will still have dinner prepped for them. And today I am just using some of our leftovers. I usually do this about once a week, so this is a good way to clean out the fridge, but also make sure I'm getting my family a good nutritious meal. Today I am giving them some pulled pork that I made in the crock pot, as well as some turkey meatballs I made from scratch. And I'm going to serve this with some rice and some frozen mixed vegetables. Before heading out, I'm going to go ahead and make myself a yogurt parfait that I'll take on the road. This is just regular yogurt with defrosted frozen blueberries and homemade granola. For my dinner, I stopped and grabbed an egg sandwich on a bagel before my field hockey session. And then to wrap up today's video, the last thing I had was just a Fairlife protein shake on the way home so that I can fuel up after running around all evening. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and getting some ideas of what to feed your family. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.